All right, welcome, Gators. It's a new school year. We are excited to have you all back in the building. We have been hard at work over the summer, working on some new strategies and new updates that we want to make sure we have a chance to share with you all. But first, we want to celebrate last year's seniors who graduated. Our class of 2025 has moved on to college and jobs and lots of really exciting things. And so we want to kick off by sharing some of what they told us in their Dear Gateway letters. This is something that they write as they approach graduation, and you guys will all get to do. And so here's a couple of quotes we want to elevate. The past 4 years at Gateway have truly changed my life as a student and as a person. The community at this school creates a collective strength that allows us all to push through hard times and support each other.
The teachers here at Gateway are not only wise, but very supportive. In every classroom, I have always felt like I belonged as teachers made sure my voice was heard and appreciated inside and outside of the classroom.
Gateway was so different from my other schools. I genuinely felt heard and happy in a school for the first time.
I'm happy that I'm moving on to follow dreams that were built here. And though I'm confident about whatever destination I'll eventually reach, one question still lingers in my mind about the path there. Which way?
Gateway.
So we also asked graduating classes to tell us a little bit about how we could have done better to support them and prepare them. And so we do want to share some of the things that the graduating class told us about how we need to grow. Gateway could have challenged me more in ninth and 10th grade. Junior year felt way harder and I wasn't ready. More early challenge could have built better habits and skills for life.
There were no real consequences for late or missing work. I rarely did homework but still got good grades. Stricter grading could help students be more ready for college and jobs.
I never really learned how to study or handle academic struggle. Retake policies and easier grading made it feel like I didn't need to prepare. That caught me up in AP classes.
A little more independence would have helped since that's what college is like.
So, an important value for us is to really listen to you all and to your families and to each other when we have feedback. And so, we heard a lot of strong feedback that we need to make a change around the level of challenge and also the level of student independence. And so, that's what we're going to be focusing on for this year. As with every year, our real goal is to make sure that every one of you has the chance to succeed. And we want to get to that goal in some really specific ways. The first one is we're working to make classes, including non-AP and honors classes, including ninth and 10th grade classes, more challenging in a way that helps everyone grow. We know that in order to be successful, you're going to need to build skills like independence, reflection, and learning from struggle. And so we're going to help you do that. And then, as always, we want to be developing your critical thinking, reading, and writing skills in every subject. We have some new policies that are going to support responding to the feedback we heard. And this first one is a new late proficiency policy, which we'll talk about in a minute. We're also changing our grade scale a little bit. As with last year, and even more so this year, expect to have homework. And as always, and even more so, attendance matters. We design our schools so that learning is happening as much as possible while you're here in the building. And if you're not here, you're missing out. And so we're going to ask that you're here every day on time. So, a little bit about this new late proficiency policy. This is a change for us. If you don't turn in a proficiency assignment by the due date, you will get a 0 and a missing in the grade book. You'll have a week to turn that assignment in, and then after that week, it becomes a 0 and missing for good. And if you do turn in work late, you're not going to be able to revise or retake. And that's because we really want you to be prepared the first time around and not see that as a soft deadline. That's the real deadline. And yet we know stuff happens and there's a little grace, but you won't be able to revise if it's late. Revisions and retakes are going to be due within 1 week of getting feedback. And so we can't wait till the end of the quarter to do those revisions or retakes. And there's also a cap. You can revise or retake up to a 3 or meet expectations, but in order to exceed expectations, you got to get there on the first try.
So because of this new policy with proficiency, starting this year, incompletes will only be used to indicate that you missed the deadline for the proficiency assignment and that you still have a week to turn it in late. After that week is over, you no longer have the opportunity to turn it in, and your grade will correspond to whatever whatever the percentage is in PowerSchool. There's also a new grade. We changed the grading scale in PowerSchool. We just wanted it to more accurately reflect what was going on in classrooms. And so if you look at that and be clear that you understand it and ask questions if you don't, but if you look at where it says 3 meeting, that's a B. And that's a change from last school year. Last school year, it was a B+. And so keep that in mind when you're doing your work and giving your best effort that first time around.
What else is new? In the Impact Lab, we have a new dark room for photography and filmmaking. Also, Kimball has been remodeled and beautified. There's also some new comfy spaces in classrooms, which will be called the wellness corners. And then also, Coach Jesus did a really good job at thinking about improving our blacktop, and there's some new renovations for it. And here it is. We got a new soccer field. We got the basketball courts done up. And then we also added some Foursquare places, courts. What do you call Foursquare things?
Good time, that's
Good
what you
time.
call
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So moving forward, just make sure you guys aren't eating on those spaces because we want to keep those nice and clean. It was a lot of work put into them, also a lot of money put into them. So let's take care of those. And speaking of taking care of things, our gym is something that we take pride in, and we want to make sure we keep clean. So there's no water. I mean, there's no food, only water in the gym. Wear clean indoor shoes so you don't scuff up the gym court, and then use equipment properly and return it after use. Pick up your trash and belongings before leaving. Share the space and respect others. Follow staff and coach directions, and leave it better than you found it. Off-campus lunch is also new. Are there some new policies around it? 11th graders, you must have an 80% attendance to earn off-campus lunches. That's new this year. At the beginning of the year, you'll be able to still have access, but once we run grades and attendance at mid-quarter, then things will change. If you're below 80%, then you will not be permitted to go off campus. And it includes tardies, exit classes, and unexcused absences. And yes, advisory and flex does count. And for our 10th graders, you can earn off-campus lunch privilege this year based on your grades and attendance and behavior. And we'll talk more about that once the year starts. We'll give you more information.
I just want to say that that last one for 10th graders came from students advocating for wanting to have the opportunity to go off campus in 10th grade. So make sure that you really work hard as a 10th grader so you get that opportunity.
A couple of reminders, some are newish, some are old, but cell phone boxes continue to exist in our classrooms, and they are required for all 9th and 10th grade students, even if you're in a mixed grade level class, and for all grades in advisory. Advisory is about connection, and it's really hard to connect with people when we are distracted, and even having our phone in our pocket is enough that our brain is more present to what is happening there. And so your advisors beginning today should be collecting your cell phones. Our electronics policy also includes AirPods and smartwatches. Those should always be out of sight, or if they are not, they will be collected. One thing you can consider if you have a smartwatch is looking up how to put it in school mode, which I know you all know how to do if you look it up on YouTube. And a few final reminders, we are a shared campus, which means that we as Gateway students should never be up on the third floor, outside with KIPP students, or using the stairwells above our second floor. As always, there is no place for controlled substances, violence, hatred at Gateway. And if you are ever in a position where you want to share something with us about something that might be going on, it could be facilities feedback, it could be instances of bullying or feeling wrong, whatever that might look like. We have our anonymous community tip line, which is active and available for you if you use this link. Advisors should also have it on their advisory Google Classroom.
In the wonderful words of Rihanna, we hope that you all shine bright like diamonds this year. Good luck, Gators.
Or work, work, work.
Work, 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 work.
It works if you work it.